As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner YouGov offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. YouGov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with YouGov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more.
All right, guys, let's talk about actually, this is a good one in the context of the first conversation we had, because I just think the timing is so strange.
I just have the juice on all of these. I'm on a roll. This is
you can't see. This is the worst part. Like this one. You ready to juice on this? All right. Let's talk about mobile gaming again. Except this one, different take here, different angle. The headline from TechCrunch: celebs back Backbone's mobile gaming controller with $40 million round. So this is like. I think this was pushed by Nadeshot. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jimmy. I think he was one of the early sort of advocates of this. There were investors in this round like Ashton Kutcher, The Weeknd, Kevin Hart, Post Malone, Diddy, Amy Schumer, Marshmello, even the Discord co-founders in this round, Rec Room co-founder, Sonos CEO. Wow. So they've got a lot of celebrities that have put together this $40 million round for what is essentially just a controller that you attach to your mobile phone. Someone help me out, because mobile gaming, is not my area of expertise. I would say I'm not a big mobile gamer. This does not feel like a $40 million worthy investment to me, especially when the same week we've got the Steam Deck being released. But does anyone have a good counter argument there?
Well, sorry, Jeff wants to juice on it.
You go first. You guys go first. You kind of, Paul sort of read my mind, but I don't need to dominate the conversation. You guys can go first.
Not just Nadeshot, Paul, but also Mr. Beast. And, I don't know what company that celebrities get endorsed and get behind won't be successful, right? When you have that kind of star power. Sarcasm aside, which obviously didn't land well right there. So I've used a couple of these. We played with the Razer one in Vegas. Yeah, you can have the Steam Deck. This detaches from your phone and collapses easily into your pocket. For existing mobile gamers, it's a nice solution. These are also super cheap. This is like $40, maybe $50. I think the Razer one was around $100, right? But I've seen a lot of the Android ones for in that $40 range. So I think for what they can make this for, the margins are great. It's an accessory like a phone case, right? It's an accessory like a pair of wireless headbuds.
Pop socket.
Well, yeah, by the way, you have to pay for a subscription also for much of the functionality.
Like, of course, why not? I mean, just make it worse.
And I think the other thing that was interesting here, my takeaway from this whole article is the founder used to intern at YouTube. And if you want to know why YouTube has so many problems in YouTube gaming, especially, he says the founder used to come home every day from work and play Fortnite on his phone. I mean, if that's not lost and confused, I mean, I don't know what is.
From his castle of computers is just hurt by this.
But no, like, what's the use case here? In a world where you have Razer devices with no subscription, you have 10 million clones and, cheapo kind of products on Amazon and Alibaba that do exactly the same thing, basically. Other than the celebrity push, what's the play here?
So I 100% agree. I mean, it's funny. Maybe I'm spending too much time with you, Paul, but when I saw this article, I actually threw up in my mouth a little bit. All I could think was one red flag immediately when the only people you're talking about when you raise around is celebrities, because as you've taught me, that means you didn't get any real sophisticated investors to invest. And then all I could think of, this is literally a gaming peripheral, and not even a good one, where the use case really isn't even there. You're raising $40 million for piece of gaming hardware. Like it sort of fundamentally misunderstands how gamers use mobile phones. Not to mention the competition with Switch coming from Steam Deck. There's no market here for this. It's hardware. It's a terrible business model. Then you have to subscribe to it. Why would I want to buy a piece of gaming hardware that I need a subscription to use?
That's a controller, no less.
No.
But like, what does Corsair trade at? Do you know off the top of your head in terms of a multiple of revenue?
Probably like less than one time, maybe two times.
Revenue?
Probably.
I mean, do the back of the envelope math here, right? $40 million round. You got to think values the business at least, my guess, you're talking at least 200 million, probably more, right? Maybe a $300 million valuation. You got to think this is venture type investment, high risk. You need to see a 10x kind of potential return, right? So you're talking about you need to exit around 3 billion, right? If these companies trade at 1 or 2 times revenue, hardware companies, which is what this is, like, how do you sell 2 or 3 billion of this?
For context, I think Turtle Beach, which is one of the bigger peripheral companies of all time, at their peak, at like the height of the Fortnite craze, I'm not even sure they were $1 billion company. So you're pricing in that this company is going to be 3 times that size, and it's a way worse product. And I don't mean to be hard, but it's like the articles that he was an intern at Google like 2 years ago. Like, we're giving $40 million rounds to people who were interns 18 months ago. Like, I don't. It's good for him. Like, I hope he proves us wrong.
Yeah,
that's crazy. It's crazy to me.
I don't have a problem with him being an intern at Google and going out and starting a company, raising rounds. But I have an issue with is that everything now is considered like tech and gaming. Like, to me, this should be more akin to a toy. Like, this is a toy. I don't know why. It just feels like everything gets slapped into like, this is the next great thing in tech. And it's like, this isn't. This is a toy. It's a great toy. I don't think that there's anything wrong with developing toys like this. I think Razer already did it and it's awesome. I don't know why you would put a subscription model on this toy. I don't know why you would go for more than we all had like the Dance Dance Revolution pads in our living rooms when we were growing up. Like, this is great, the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Totally.
And it's like, why are we slapping the tech and gaming label on all of this stuff and raising at tech company valuations and getting all these people on board when fundamentally it's a toy?
The subscription is what kills it for me because, to your point, it's the DDR pad. It's the mindless purchase of $40 or $50 or whatever. It's the
birthday purchase.
It's the birthday purchase. It's the mom that doesn't know and just thinks her kid's gonna like it purchase.
This is the exact thing that people invest in when they're a celebrity. They have a bunch of money and they hear the pitch. Oh, mobile gaming is really taking off. And guess what? It used to just be casual games, but now people are playing Call of Duty Mobile and Apex Mobile. And guess what? People love controllers. Wouldn't you love to play that game with a controller? Give me $40 million and we've got a TAM of 400 billion because there's a billion mobile gamers. And it sounds good, but it will fail.
Okay, nobody steal Jeff's pitch idea. He's presenting it next week.
Owen says, I didn't catch Kevin. EA presents MFL 2023 Meta Football League. Yeah, I think that when they decide to move on from the Madden name potentially. Owen says, in what world does this outsell the Kishi? How is it different? Razer already has the brand recognition. I mean, unless they use the celebrities to push it a ton, which, if I go back to the list of celebrities,
it's kind of random sort.
It is kind of like, is anyone going to care if The Weeknd is like playing on his backbone?
No. That's why I like Marie's comment a little bit below here too. But like, Razer would definitely outperform this. They did have a great marketing campaign on Instagram. I had so many friends asking me about this product and if they should get it for their iPhones. And I really just pointed them to Razer. I mean, and Razer's not the only other one that's doing this. It's a really saturated market. There are brands you've never heard of where you can get this on Alibaba, like you said, for like $10.
This is what I'm saying though, Jimmy, like the amount of like cheapo knockoffs, like they're everywhere, right? And in some ways I find these controllers are almost like consumables, right? Like eventually the buttons wear down or you lose it, or because you're traveling with it, it breaks, or like, I just don't see them as high-end devices ever. Owen says it looks very thin as well. This can't be terribly comfortable. I mean, this feels like a lot of sizzle and very little steak, Owen. So I don't know if they did much testing in terms of that. Marie says, I mean, do these celebs even have a track record of being gamers? I don't think any of them. Post Malone, I know, did a gaming PC build with Jay's 2 cents, but I don't know if he's a gamer. Did he? Amy Schumer? I don't think so. Marshmallow does play games.
Henry Cavill.
Ashton Kutcher is definitely a well-respected VC. I don't know how much he's involved in gaming.
He is a VC. I don't know how well respected. I mean, he's not Sequoia, but you know.
No, of course not. But in terms of celebrities, I think he's there.
Owen says, yeah, comfortable. Jonathan says, oh, baby, first time catching the live show. I mean, Jonathan, you came in on quite a day. This
it only goes downhill from here.
Yeah,
no, I'm kidding.